How to run Hermes Agent for free forever. Ever been mid-project when your AI agent just stops? One rate limit and the whole thing grinds to a halt. Now imagine an agent that never quits on you. No paywall, no dead ends, just keeps building. There's a free way to run Hermes Agent and hardly anyone knows about it. Watch this and you'll set it up today. I'm Skylar and I help people learn AI tools and actually put them to work in their real day-to-day. Not the hype, just the practical stuff you can turn on right now. In this video, I'll walk you through exactly how I run Hermes Agent for free using a brand new tool called OmniRoute. I'll show you how it works, why it never stops, and how I've wired the whole thing into my agent OS. Stay with me, because near the end, I'll show you the piece most people miss that makes this feel like magic. Let's start with the setup. Hermes Agent is an open source agent built by Noose Research. Think of it as the hands. It's the part that goes off and does the work for you. It writes code, runs tasks, remembers your projects, and it lives right in your terminal. But Hermes needs a brain. It needs a model behind it to actually think. And that's exactly where OmniRoute steps in. OmniRoute is a free, open-source gateway that runs on your own computer. Here's the clever bit. Instead of Hermes talking to one single provider, Hermes talks to OmniRoute, and OmniRoute talks to everyone. Over 230 providers sit behind one endpoint. So you point Hermes at OmniRoute one time, and just like that, it can reach all of them. Let me show you what that looks like in real life. I used this to build out a full landing page for the AI Profit Boardroom, right there on my own machine. I handed Hermes the idea, OmniRoute grabbed a free model in the background, Hermes wrote the whole page, and I opened it up seconds later. Clean layout, nice and simple, done. That's the kind of fast building I do for the AI Profit Boardroom all the time, and I never touched a paid API to pull it off. Now here's why this setup is so good. The number one headache with AI agents is rate limits. You're mid-task, the agent is flowing, and then one provider taps out and everything freezes. OmniRoute solves that with something called Auto-Fallback. If one provider hits its limit, OmniRoute jumps to the next one in milliseconds. Hermes doesn't even notice. It just carries on. I ran a long content session to draft a full batch of video scripts for the AI Profit Boardroom. Normally, a session that long would hit a wall partway through. With this setup, the moment one provider ran dry, the next one took over, and Hermes kept drafting like nothing happened. That means more content going out for the AI Profit Boardroom without me hovering over it the whole time. And it gets better. Because so many of these providers have a free tier, you can stack them. There are more than 90 providers with a free tier inside OmniRoute, and 11 of them are free forever. So you chain a few together, flip on Auto-Fallback, and you've basically got an agent that never runs out. Now let me show you how I keep this organized, because this is the part that makes it easy to actually live with. The way I set it up is one Hermes profile per model or API. Each profile keeps its own conversation history. So I can run two Hermes agents at once and compare them side by side. This is what I do inside my agent OS to test models for the AI Profit Boardroom. I keep one Hermes profile on the free OmniRoute setup and another on a different model. Then I push the same content brief through both. I can see which one writes stronger hooks for the AI Profit Boardroom before I ever hit publish. No guessing. I look at both and pick the winner. Okay, so how does the routing actually work under the hood? Let me break it down simply because it's not as complicated as it sounds. OmniRoute is a small program running on your machine. Picture it like a post office. It knows how to reach every AI provider out there. So instead of Hermes sending its request straight to one company, it sends the request to OmniRoute first. From there, three things happen automatically. First, OmniRoute compresses the request to save on tokens. Second, it scans all the providers and picks the right one for the job. Third, it fires the request off, gets the answer back, and hands it to Hermes. Hermes just thinks it's chatting with one model the whole time. It has no clue all that switching is going on in the background. And that's the beauty of it. You don't have to lift a finger. You talk to Hermes exactly like you normally would. Type your request, hit enter, get your answer. But behind the scenes, OmniRoute is compressing, choosing, and routing every single time. All of it invisible, all of it automatic. Now, if you want the exact setup I use, wired and ready to go, I've put my whole system inside the AI Profit Boardroom. My full agent OS is in there as a zip file you can download and install, with OmniRoute and Hermes already connected the way I run them, so you don't have to piece it together from scratch. There's a step-by-step walkthrough that takes you through it, and we've built out a complete 30-day roadmap so you know exactly what to set up first, second, and third. On top of that, we run live coaching calls where you can bring your own setup and I'll help you get it working. If you're watching this thinking you want the shortcut, that's what's waiting for you inside the AI Profit Boardroom. All right, let's keep going because there's more this system can do. One of my favorite parts is workflows and memory. Hermes has a built-in memory system. It remembers your projects, learns how it solved things before, and carries that context across sessions. Now here's the cool bit. When I switch the model through OmniRoute, the memory doesn't reset. It all works as one connected system, so the agent still knows everything about what I'm working on, even when a different provider is answering. You can also plug this into custom workflows. Hermes can spawn smaller agents to run tasks in parallel, connect to platforms like Telegram and Discord, and run scheduled jobs on its own. So you're not just chatting. You're building a real machine that keeps working while you focus on other things. Now let me talk about the dashboard, because setting this up is easier than you'd think. Once OmniRoute is running, you open it in your browser on your own machine. You head to the providers area, add the ones you want, and the free ones don't even need a login. You just click connect and test it. Then in Hermes, you point it at your OmniRoute endpoint, and that's it. The two are talking. Compare that to the old way. One provider, one key, one model. It burns through tokens fast, and when that provider goes down, your agent goes down with it. With this new way, you've got hundreds of providers, one local endpoint, automatic switching, and built-in compression. And because OmniRoute runs locally, it doesn't go down on you. Let me quickly cover the free providers, since people always ask if these are really free. They are. There are 11 that are free forever, and names like Pollinations, Kiro, Coder, and Longcat are in there. You can also add OpenRouter if you want even more models behind one key. Setup isn't technical either. You install it with a simple command, and if you want the full details, the GitHub page walks you through everything. Now let me explain the token compression, because this is what keeps you off those rate limits. There are two parts. RTK cleans up the request going in. It strips out repeated patterns and the fluff that builds up in a long conversation. Then Caveman works on the way out. It makes the model reply in short, blunt answers, like a caveman. Fewer words out means fewer tokens used. Stack those two together, and OmniRoute can cut a big chunk of your token use, which means you last way longer on free providers. So let's wrap up what we covered. Hermes is the hands. OmniRoute is the brain. Together, they give you an agent that runs on free models, switches providers automatically, compresses your tokens, and remembers your work. I've shown you what it built for me. Will it outthink a top-paid model on every task? No, but it builds real things. It runs smooth, and it keeps going when other setups would have quit. And it's completely free. Now, if you want to go deeper, here's how to get everything. If you want the full process, SOPs, and 100 plus AI use cases like this one, join the AI Success Lab. Links in the comments and description. You'll get all the video notes from there, plus access to our community of 75,000 members who are crushing it with AI. And if you're about to go set this up yourself, let me be real with you. The first time you wire Hermes to OmniRoute, you'll hit a couple of small snags. A provider that won't connect. A profile that isn't pointing at the right endpoint. Little things that stop you cold if you're doing it alone. That's exactly why I built the AI Profit Boardroom. Inside, you get my full Agent OS ready to install, the OmniRoute and Hermes walkthrough, the 30-day roadmap, and live coaching calls where I'll help you fix whatever you're stuck on. So instead of losing a weekend to set up, you get it running fast and start building. Come join me. Just head to AIProfitBoardroom.com.